ASEAN Highlight this week, we take a look at the outcome of last Sunday's election in Thailand. As the dust settled from the Thai election last Sunday, Thais and the international communities have largely welcomed the new Pheu Thai party-led government with mixed reactions. The Pheu Thai party won by a landslide, securing 265 seats, while its nearest challenger, the Democrats Party, only manages to win 159 seats. According to the Election Commission, 75% of eligible voters in Thailand cast their ballots during this election. The Thai Stocks Exchange reacted very positively by jumping nearly 5% upwards in the heavy trade worth over 63 billion baht on the first day the kingdom welcomed its first ever female Prime Minister-elect Yingluck Shinawatra. The kingdom's private sectors, meanwhile, cautiously welcomed the formation of the new government. Pheu Thai-led coalition government, overwhelming majority number of MPs in the House of Parliament, coupling with the graceful concession of power by the Democrats' leader, Abhisit Vejjajiva, have created a positive atmosphere for a country disturbed by political tension in recent years. Nevertheless, many observers warn that the positive atmosphere could be spoiled if divisive policies are introduced, like the granting of amnesty to Yingluck's brother Thaksin Shinawatra, who is in self-imposed exile to avoid conviction for abuse of power when he was Prime Minister. The contestation for the monopoly of political control over the country by Thaksin and various factions of the kingdom's establishment have resulted in the formation of various extra-parliamentary political platforms, a military coup in 2006, as well as a series of violent street protests and crackdowns in recent years. While political reconciliation and social harmony remain one of the top priorities that many hope that the new government will focus on, a survey by the National Statistical Office also shows that many Thais are concerned with other immediate problems like the rising cost of consumer products and cost of living. Furthermore, as foreign leaders congratulate Yingluck for her stunning electoral victory, Thailand foreign relations also deserve immediate attention by the Pheu Thai-led coalition government, particularly in regards to Thailand's border tension with neighboring Cambodia. Prime Minister Hun Sen was quick to congratulate Yingluck and the Pheu Thai party, hailing the landmark election result as a new era of cooperation between the two countries, as Thailand's first female Prime Minister-elect vowed to use neighborly relation as the main consideration to solve the ongoing border dispute. What is clear is that the incoming premier will have her hands full in dealing with many issues and challenges that require urgent attention both in the short and long term. Yingluck's fiercest critics are worried that the Prime Minister-elect, whom Thaksin has described as his clone leading up to the election, will be a mere puppet for the former deposed premier, used simply to pave ways for his pardon and return to Thailand. Moreover, many are worried about the economic impact from Pheu Thai's party populist promises, like the implementation of the 300 baht minimum wage and other public spending. Nevertheless, the Thai people have spoken through the ballot box, and all the positive signs in the aftermath simply meant that majority of the Thai people and all the power that be in the kingdom is willing to give Yingluck a chance to govern the country and become a bridge builder as she must in healing this fragmented and polarized country. It remains to be seen how this initial cautious optimism and immense electoral mandate of the Pheu Thai party will translate in days and weeks to come. Thai News Agency team reporting for ASEAN TV. Up next, we had the chance to conduct an exclusive interview with Dr. Akom Termpithyaphaisit, the Secretary General of the National Economic and Social Development Board, or NESDB, who talked to us about the various challenges Thailand is currently facing as the country's development agency is launching the 11th National Development Plan this week, which will be implemented later in the year. Since it was founded in the 1950s, the NESDB has been responsible for drawing up the National Economic and Social Development Plan, the country's white paper on social and economic development, formulated through extensive researches and government data collection. Each plan is used for the duration of 5 years. And as the 10th development plan is drawing to a close, Thai News Agency had a chance to exclusively interview Dr. Akom Termpithyaphaisit about the upcoming 11th National Development Plan. Dr. Akom, my first question to you, what are the main focuses of this National Development Plan?
Basically, the 11th plan will still follow His Majesty the King, the philosophy of sufficiency economy. By following the philosophy, we think that still for the next 5 years, the Thai economy or our national plan should still focusing on how we build our competitiveness. First, of course, we need to focus on we enhance our human resource capacity, in particularly the skills and the education system, to make our children who is going to the workforce more qualified person. Secondly, on how we create new source of income for Thai economy. By creating the new source of income, meaning, of course, first we have to increase our productivity in the manufacturing sector. But second, we have to introduce the new economic sector like a creative economy. We have to introduce or encourage our private sector to invest in more, design. Design is only way that you can improve your quality of products, that you can be competing in the world market or giving better quality of products for your consumers. Third, on the enhancing our competitiveness, reducing of the logistic cost. Reducing logistic cost meaning that we have to shift our transport mode to more rail system, so that you can save the energy. You can save energy and use the energy more efficient, you see. And the fourth one on the competitiveness is as I mentioned, we, in order to step up from the middle income class country, we have to invest more on the science and technology through the research and development. Because in the future, the technology will be the key to enhance your competitiveness of your economy. But the issue of the income disparity or poverty will also key for the next 5 years as well. When we're talking about the income disparity, it may be easy for any policymakers to introduce any measures, but the access to public service also the key. And the third on the income disparity or poverty, it also means the disparity in justice as well. For those people who are poor, who has dispute in the land ownership with the public sector. I mean, for the people who are poor, they don't know the justice system, so they always the one who are always punished. So how we build the knowledge to those people and building the public justice system to be more equitable to all groups of people. The regional economic cooperation is a key also, because in the future normally we are not the same as the European Union, but anyway, we are talking about how we integrate our economic system, and how can we integrate our social and culture, and how we integrate the social security, the security issue within ASEAN. But regional cooperation is a key because right now, economic growth in the world is now shifting to Asia, and ASEAN is playing a more important role in the world trade system. And the fifth one that I would like to mention is, like any other country, the climate change. The climate change is a key, but we are not talking only, the transport or energy sector, but you have to talk about also how we help our private sector who owns the factories, how they can improve the technology in order to emit less carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. At the same time, we have to change our people behavior in consumption as well. If you produce the environment friendly, but the people don't like it, how can you survive? So we have to change the attitude of how can the country can be more sustainable and environment friendly. So you have to change the attitude of the producers and the consumer at the same time.
Now let's come back to the ASEAN Economic Community in 2015. What are some of the things that Thailand needs to prepare itself for in order to achieve, become part of the ASEAN Economic Community?
We have the ASEAN Community 2015 ahead of us, right? Secondly, we also have the master plan on the connectivity. On the integration, we have three legs. The one is on economic, second on the social and culture, and the third on security. The key for the ASEAN community is how we jointly build the competitiveness among ASEAN. So competitiveness, the meaning is not only that okay, in the future, Malaysia, Singapore may be in advantageous position than Thailand, but Thailand has to build up our capacity in terms of the workforce, because in the future the labor movement will be freely in ASEAN. So how can we prepare our human resources in order to, in the future we able to cope with the challenge in the skills of the labor in the region. So we have to quickly, how we standardize or how we increase our labor quality or competency of our workforce as well. Secondly, once the ASEAN can be connected through the infrastructure, so how can we utilize the advantage of the connectivity of in the physical term to be more co-production oriented. So some of the industry Thailand may not be able to be in the competitive position, but how we coordinate with this ASEAN country to exchange the parts and components in the cluster concept. Right now, we can see the automobile industry in Thailand is very strong, but we have the supporting industry in Thailand, and some part of the automobile industry we are importing from the other country. So how can we utilize the convenient and more efficient transportation system within ASEAN to reduce the cost of our industry in this region? And the third one, the most important, ASEAN community cannot be realized if the people who work in the government, they don't understand each other. So how we can build common understanding, the rules and regulation in individual country. So I think the quickest move that I have seen is on the civil service sector, because right now the Civil Service Commission, they start to think about, this is also mandate from the ASEAN community, also from the charter, that the government has to build up the capacity of the government first. So we start to think about some of the area that Thai government officer have the weaknesses. For example, the English language. If you don't understand English, you cannot communicate in English. You don't know what's rules in other countries that may cause trouble for you, or you have to comply with the same rules and regulation. So what I have seen right now is the only move that we quite quick is on the civil service. We give fully awareness in enhancing our government services.
Dr. Akom hopes that the 11th National Development Plan, which will come into effect later this year and will help guide the country's development-related policies in the next 5 years, will help improve the kingdom's economic competitiveness in years to come and also help create a better cohesion in Thai society. I'm Wongcha-um of Thai News Agency, reporting for ASEAN TV. Leader Aung San Suu Kyi traveled to the ancient city of Bagan this week with her son amidst warning of chaos and riots by the Naypyidaw government.
On Monday, Burma pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi ventured outside of her home city for the first time since being released from house arrest last November. She, along with her son Kim Aris, visited the ancient city of Pagan on Burma's Central Plain. A senior official of the now defunct National League for Democracy, or NLD, told reporters that Suu Kyi wanted to have some private time with her son to make up for the long separated years. The Naypyidaw government last month warned of chaos and riot if the Nobel laureate seeks to rally support during her trip outside of Yangon. The last time Suu Kyi toured the countryside was in 2003, and her motorcade was ambushed on the outskirts of Daepayin township by thugs linked to the then ruling generals. After the attack, Suu Kyi was detained under house arrest, where she remained until her release last year. A Yangon-based diplomat says she could be testing the waters before going on a political tour. ASEAN TV news team of Thai News Agency reporting for ASEAN TV.
We wrap up this edition of ASEAN Highlight as our reporter takes a look at the Thai border hospitals that cater for community from Thailand's neighboring countries. More in this report.
At the front line of medical services, an obligation is almost inseparable to benefaction. Whether by chance or intent, you will find it true for hospitals along the Thai border province of Chiang Rai. A regular morning at Masai Hospital is what finds Burmese people quality medical access just a few kilometers beyond their country. Mien Mien Thoi, a Burmese national, said she's clearly convinced to bring her only child to a Thai doctor. Making her way to Thailand via the Takilek Masai border, she finds rare privileges for the well-being of her family. Any trouble associated with a foreign tongue is no longer of concern, as translation services are readily available here. With the number of Burmese patients brimming at about 60,000 a year and rising, Masai Hospital has grown through the past 37 years to become a border hospital.
เขาข้ามมาป่วยข้ามมาขอรับการรักษาแล้วก็ให้การรักษาเขาทุกรายเหมือนกับเป็นคนไทยคนหนึ่งนะครับไม่ได้มีการแบ่งแยกเชื้อชาติหรือว่าแบ่งแยกเศรษฐฐานะอะไรนะครับ
Not very far from where Burmese nationals enjoy the liberty of foreign healthcare is a refuge for the Lao people, such as the Somdet Yuparat Chiang Khong Hospital, adjacent to Hoi Sai of Lao PDR. Wasana Sapanchai, a first-time mother from Laos, confided trusting her baby in the hands of Thai doctors, saying that most of her friends also prefer to come to Thailand for quality medical treatment.
ก็คุ้มเขามีลูกทั้งทีเนาะมีลูกทั้งทีต้องอยากได้แนวดีที่สุด
With over 15 incoming Lao patients a day, or as much as 6,000 a year, the past 5 decades for the Somdet Yuparat Chiang Khong Hospital have been dominated by an inclusive and unprejudiced medical approach. Cooperation with hospitals on the Lao side also cover emerging issues of pandemic, official training, medical exchanges and referral services.
มาตรฐานการรักษาเนี่ยจะใช้ระบบการรักษาแบบของคนไทยทุกประการนะครับไม่ว่าจะเด็กผู้ใหญ่นะครับคนชราทุกอย่างการรักษาในเมื่อข้ามมาแล้วเราก็จะมองผู้ป่วยลาวเนี่ยก็คือคนคนหนึ่งเหมือนกัน
If we try to picture out the next 4 years when the ASEAN community is finally formed, changes are almost certain to entail more cross-border illnesses. It is rational to believe Thailand will face an ever-growing burden looking after border communities, but if seen as an opportunity, gains from this obligation will save millions of lives. Bawanpong Watanatanakun of Thai News Agency reporting for ASEAN TV.
And that's it for this edition of ASEAN Highlights. On behalf of the ASEAN News Desk at Thai News Agency, I hope you all will have a lovely weekend.